This
Welcome back to
feels.
the Final K, the official podcast of Flamme Rouge Racing, where tactics, tech, and tenacity all come together. I'm your host, Nathan Krake, and I'm joined by FRR Race Control himself, Mr. Rich Vale. This is episode 4, and we have some awesome things coming up. In this episode, we look at Fearless Racing coming up. We've got Tour Watopia launching. We've got Super 6 updates. The playoffs are coming around. Team Fearless are just around the corner with their racing series, and Triquetra updates also. So clip in and let's get into it.
One of these days.
All right, here we are. Let's get into it. But before we start, Rich, I just want to let everyone who's watching know that we encourage questions and participation. So if you're in the stream, if you're watching along, and if you've got a question to ask, just add the word question to the start of the comments so that we can keep an eye out for it as well. And then we'll do our best to answer it. But also, if you haven't already, go over and join in the FRR Discord server. There's a link to it in the description below, and check out the Flamme Rouge Racing website. The details are below as well. All right, Rich, thank you very much. It's great to see you again. How have you been?
Not too bad. Not too
Yeah.
bad. You know, our weather's turning a bit, but so we'll certainly not be getting outside. But yeah, not I can't grumble.
Keeping well?
So yeah, good. Yeah.
How's
as good as I
the
can be.
racing? How's the racing been?
Yeah, I could always do better in racing, I think, at the end of the day. But and again, you know, as I said before, I don't know whether everyone's just getting better or I'm just getting worse.
Well,
I don't know
you've
what's the feel down there.
you've certainly been
What
doing well
about
from
you?
what I've seen. But I was just wondering though, did I see you in the last race, the 2 times up Bologna?
I went to the Europe one. So yeah, we were in the Europe race on the Friday night. I just thought,
Right.
we were struggling for the Friday morning due to something called, what's the word I'm thinking of? Oh, work. To find an excuse that I could get out of something.
Yep.
So we couldn't unfortunately turn up to rival the guys that have been turning up down there, which is a bit of a shame, but equally probably not too bad for the legs.
Yep.
We mostly do Blodonia as an ITT, so it's always
Mm.
fairly full on when you get there.
Yep.
Um, but I certainly noticed and I expected that it would be quieter until it got to the pointy end, quite
Yeah.
literally.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting to see what I know. I certainly changed how I would have ridden it in the sense of the wheels that I would have chosen. I know
Okay.
so I
What
certainly
you?
went with Mielenstein wheels
Oh, right.
because
Okay. Yep.
because a lot of people will go, oh, they're not very good with aero, blah blah blah
Mm.
blah, which they're not technically in virtual worlds.
Mm.
But equally, it's at the end of the race where you needed that extra little bit if you were
Yep.
going to have that extra little
Yep.
bit. So I think a lot of people would have done a similar sort of thing. They
Yeah.
sat there and
Okay.
go, well, yeah, I don't need the full on draft for every second because it's
Yep.
a scratch race. I can just sit in. I might
Mm.
work a little bit harder to stay in, but I don't think people went hell for leather until they got to the hill,
Yep.
and that's what we mostly saw. So I think you could have quite easily got away with climbing wheels in that event on Friday,
Yep.
and done very well. So
Yeah. I
a few
think I.
people I could see with discs.
Well, I did see a couple of people with discs in our race, but I actually went with the Envies, the SES Envy 4.5 Pros, because I felt that there's still going to be a fair bit of flat work that needs to be done besides the climbing. But no, no HUD racing. I've got to say, I'm loving no HUD racing. I think it's fantastic. It's a real flavour of racing that just isn't used that much.
I think, yeah, and I'm with you as well, Nathan. Ever since I sort of saw it and it came on some years ago, I just thought, oh, it's a different view on how to
Mm.
race. I know people from our Discord and various things have got views, which is great. Everyone's got views,
Yep.
and we encourage views. Um, but and I know what some teams are finding angles. Oh, we could do a DS, and he's got a view on, and I can bounce it off 4 satellites, and I can throw it onto the screen of my riders, and there we go. You can see the other riders. So what? Get
Yeah.
over yourselves, guys. Honestly, I mean, what advantage is it really going to give? Quantify it for me, because I
Mm.
think that is a load of tosh. And it's there for a different experience, so
Yep.
embrace it. If you
Yeah.
don't embrace it, then there's plenty of other gruel racing to go and
Mm.
do every day. Come and just do something different,
The same
and
old,
that's
same
and
old.
that's
That's exactly
and
it.
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So, it's not as though, of course, we haven't done before,
Mm.
or something, like a bear's going to jump out at you at some point in time and knock you off your bike. None of that. It's a course that we've done. We know what we're going to do. We're all looking around. We know the riders that are going to that we need to mark. And okay, you might say, "Well, I don't know who they are in there," but okay, just stick with it.
Yeah.
It's not against the rules to use your companion app where you can see the rider list,
Yep.
so use it.
Yep.
It's not against the rules to use a DS, who can just talk you through it. Now, they may
Yeah.
be able to see things and talk to you in your ears. That's fine. If you've got 16 different Zwift accounts under different names, then okay, I can't
Good
can't
luck.
help with that. Good luck with that one, yeah. You've obviously got more money than I have,
Yeah.
or sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I think it's a great form of racing. Okay, I don't wanna use it every 5 minutes, but it has a place.
No, I
It's
think
as
I
good as
think
that.
I think you're spot on. I think the times that you're using it, like it's like sort of once around type deal. I think that's fine for the moment. Yeah, I don't see a
Yeah,
reason to have more than that. But at the moment, I'm loving. I love the idea that it's just all you're doing is focusing on just the riding itself, and you're not focusing on numbers. And actual fact, I think I messaged you after the last HUD race we did,
yeah.
and yeah, I got a couple of PRs. So without watching the numbers, you
And I think there are certain types of races that it can work well. Scratch, where you haven't got to bother about too much about where the segments are.
yep.
Although I do like it in points races, because again, that just says where is the segment,
Mm,
and
yeah,
those sort of things. I'm certainly not going to use it for a final, for instance.
yeah, no,
At the end of the day, you've worked very hard here to work very hard to get to finals and those sort of things. So let's just ensure that if everyone's going to have the same level playing field, same fair playing field, if you want to call it for anything else, that they've all got those things available to them. So, but as a different something, I think it can work. So,
yeah,
and it is.
no, I
So,
love
but
it.
yeah, so yeah, and Bologna, I've liked ever since it appeared. I've liked it. I've liked it in real life when we came to the tour
Yep,
all those years ago, or actually, it wasn't the tours; it was the Giro all those years ago. And yeah, I think it's something that yeah could be used. It's just a shame what Zwift haven't done. Otherwise, I would use it even more. Is actually really just put a segment in which is really from the hairpin to the top.
oh, that's a good point,
Um,
isn't it?
and put a sprint in somewhere, just say, "There we go."
Yeah,
It would just give everything, you could then actually use it more for a points race, than, I could send us around it 10 times. Wouldn't that be lovely?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, you agreed with me. I like that one, Nathan. So,
I
Nathan
know.
agrees that doing Bologna 10 times,
Well, I don't know about
is,
10 times. I'm enthusiastic. I don't know if I'm that enthusiastic.
clearly Nathan has proved that he also doesn't listen when I talk.
I
When I
don't.
said 10 times, and he went, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Okay, but anyway, yes, it's good. But I was doing Europe, so I couldn't do it in the morning. So,
Yeah,
but we'll be there hopefully this Friday.
awesome.
So to come and challenge the Aussie teams that have appeared there.
So the overall, though, just very quickly on Super Six.
Hmm.
Overall, it's been going well. We've got the playoffs coming up, or after
Yeah,
round
I
three.
think
Yep.
absolutely. Well, exactly. So this time of the year, and again, I've said it a number of times. Series two is already being drafted up in the sense of looking quite different. But we'll go with what we've put out and set out to do. And each time we're doing stuff, we are learning what the actual
Mm.
platform wants,
Hmm.
to make it better and actually work next time. So we'll come back and we'll discuss that on another show about actually what that Series 2 would look like, which will hopefully then bring more people into your space.
Yep.
It'll bring more people into, the US space. It might even open up the US West space. You never know, but it will bring more people in because it'll work better.
Yep.
And but we'll look at that and discuss that on another show. But I think as we are now, I think it's we're going into a very festive period for everyone.
Mm. Yep.
States have just had Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, States, if you're listening. So there's a lot of distractions for people to go, I can't quite make this
Yeah.
Friday night or whatever time it happens to be, or a Saturday morning if some of your guys are turning up for a Saturday morning for the US ones.
Mm.
So there's a lot of distractions that says can't quite do it.
Mm.
But numbers are holding. We're
Yep.
still around the 200 on the Friday night. So I'm happy with that. I could do with more. Don't get me wrong, I do more.
Oh, look, for sure.
And I firmly believe that more people will turn back up in January in the
Yep.
darkness and the gloom of January and
Of
February,
winter.
and they're
Yep.
going, "Oh, I've got no Christmas party. What am I
Mm.
gonna do now? Friday night, yeah, no one wants to go out on a Friday night in January because no one's out, and only loners and heartbreakers are out in January and February until the 14th of February. So yeah, just jump on the bike
Yep.
and be part of something. So I think it's yeah, for all the things that we've talked about, um, it's been good. It
Yep.
it is going to be good, and hopefully, my fingers are still firmly crossed that it will increase again come
Oh, for sure.
um, January,
Anything
Feb.
that's decent does take a bit of time to to get some traction. But certainly, like I said this before in the Discord chat, that the guys here in Australia are loving it. I'm roping more guys into it, which is good. So I think we're getting close to maybe even having a second team, which is going to be
Hey,
fantastic. So that's what I'm trying to do. And but yeah, as you say, Christmas is always a difficult period, and especially here in Australia with the weather getting better. There's a little bit more enthusiasm to get out in the bike, out in the roads than there is to
yeah,
lock yourself up inside. But certainly, all the guys that have been participating, all the team that have been participating, have loved it, and they've loved the difference, the different kind of challenge that there is with Super 6 racing, with the way the teams are constructed and the different roles. So if anyone who is watching this wants to find out more information about this, they can go to the Flamme Rouge Racing website, which is in the description of this video, and you can check it out, have a read up on Super 6 racing, and get a sense of how it works. Now, the other thing I wanted to
go
quickly
on.
touch on was the subscription side of things as well with Flamme Rouge Racing, and what people can do there. Now, for those that are new to Flamme Rouge Racing and maybe haven't come across this before, Rich does a fantastic job of putting on a series of particularly challenging tours. I don't want to scare too many people away because it is probably one of the most
They're really nice and simple and
and easy to do, and they don't take a lot of
easy to
effort.
do and all that. Exactly, yeah. It's just like rolling in the park.
And you don't end up
So
crying afterwards in the corner.
no one does that. No one.
But the fantastic thing is that you've established is the subscription side of things. Now, I'll quickly touch on that. It's essentially you can come along to the Flamme Rouge Racing website. You can sign up and you can pay an annual subscription fee, which is really quite small. I mean, it's literally a couple of coffees, and for that you get you get some awesome merch straight off the bat. So you get that, but you also get the ability to bank the credits you get, like the points you get for racing or participating in each of the tours that Rich puts on, and that can go towards discounts for in real life merchandise and various stores and services. So, which is absolutely fantastic. So I know I've had a couple of guys here that have signed up as well. So
Yeah, and it's building. Thanks for that, Nathan. Because I mean, it is building. It is £10, whatever that relates to in your local currency. yeah, it's not a huge amount of money.
No.
There are discounts had. We've got a current offer at the moment, put on the table by Octaine, our partner space
Mm-hmm.
in here, where they're offering a lovely baseball cap. It's not a base, it's
Yep.
rugby baseball. It is
Yep.
a baseball cap, for doing that ultimately, then you're going to get like a $30 cap for free,
Yeah.
including the postage and everything else. Now that offer is going to close at some point in time.
Yep.
It's probably going to close on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
And now a lot of people I know will be sitting there going, "Oh well, yeah, you've been saying this for a while, Richard, but when are they landing?" Well, I now know that they're landing. They started to
Okay.
get posted out last week. So if you
Yep.
have ordered one, and you were in batch one, and if you can check your subscription space, we've now put a little message inside of there and date stamped it to say, there we go. If you're part of batch one, you'll have a message there to say, right, they're under orders. They got posted out on the 24th of November, so that was last Tuesday, I think it is the day that went
Perfect.
out.
Yep.
I know that the ones they're coming out from Canada. Um, some of the Canadian guys have already been receiving. Mr. Matthew Ladd, who is a phenomenal person at the end of the day, who's going for 1 million. I have to say this: 1 million vertical meters of climbing in a virtual
Wow.
world,
That's
and is already shocking um, the um, the Everesting teams and the Strava teams. They're going, either our algorithms are broken, or you're cheating, or you're a superhuman. And I think
that's
it's probably
insane.
tick box. I think it's tick box C.
Yeah.
But no, he's just landed. He's got a nice picture on our in the coffee room on our website. So wearing it, looks fabulous. It's free. Costs you
Yeah.
£10. Okay, you might go, oh, it's going to cost me £10. You'll get a whole load of discount vouchers. There's the cap itself. And if you went to our coffee room on Discord, actually, and scrolled up, you'd even see Mr. Matthew Ladd
Well,
wearing it.
I'm about to go and log into that now, actually, and have a look at it.
Prove me. So he's there doing that, and I know that a few, 2 or 3 others have messaged me that theirs have landed. So
Yep.
they are landing. So obviously they're going out as far as Ukraine to Germany to the UK, some out to Australia. So obviously they
Mm-hmm.
will take a little bit of time
Of
to
course.
get to the ether and those sort of things. But it's happening. So which is great. There he is. We didn't give him the glasses, by the way. Just to let you know that. So the glasses are optional extras. So yeah, cool. That they are
And
coming out there.
now the other thing is, and very quickly on this, is that you're opening this platform up to other race organizers. And so what that means is if you've got your own race series you're doing that you're not part of, of Flamme Rouge Racing as such, but like you might be, like here in Australia, AHDR, it could be another team, coalition, or Fearless Racing. And
Yeah.
if you want to get in on this, talk to Rich, get in contact with him, and you can have your series or your tour or your racing events organized through Flamme Rouge Racing, and you get to benefit from some of these subscriptions. So you actually get some real return on your events that you can then use to make your events better and to promote them and to get more people included in your events too. So if you haven't already, go along to the Discord channel, as I said, the links in the description below, or the Flamme Rouge Racing website, and get in contact with Rich, and he'll be more than happy to help discuss how he can help you out.
Or help each other out. At the end of the day, it's supposed
Yeah.
to be something that can help everybody out at the end of
Yep.
the day. But I think part of this is going to be, yeah, we'd like to see it happening. Well,
Mm.
now I know it's happening, and we can see it happening. So some people go, well, I don't want a cap. All right, if you don't want a cap, that's fine. I can't do much about that.
Yep.
But it's free. We don't get many things
Correct.
for what we do in our exercise world
No.
out of what we do, other than a virtual jersey. So yeah, and again, it's your choice. It's your
Mm.
choice. So
Absolutely.
and we go from there. So cool.
Perfect. All
Yes.
right. Speaking of Fearless, that's coming
Ooh.
up on the 9th of December.
Well, it would do, but that would be 3 days after it started. But
Hang on, wait. Is it 6th? The 6th of December.
if you're going to turn up on the 9th to do stuff, then you're going to be going, I'm going to be by
Oh,
myself. It's going to be Saturday the 6th at 7:30 p.m. UTC. Yes, it's Saturday night. Yeah, you got it now, haven't you? You got
yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
know where I'm missing. I'm saying 9th annual women's
You're
team
saying,
championships,
yeah, you're just
I'm 9th
transposing the
December.
numbers. You're transposing the numbers. That's what you're doing. You
Uh,
see.
too
I
much
know.
Christmas cheer for me.
Too much Christmas cheer. Well, not so far here this end, but maybe soon. Maybe soon. Yeah. So Team Fearless. Yeah, that's next Saturday. It is a ladies only, women's only event.
Yep.
It's a team event, but it's a really simple team event for an FRR space. Because on the basis that all you really need to do is sign up and show up.
Yep.
That's it. Sign up and show up. There's one event ID, so obviously you're not going to see it from what you can log in there because you're not a
I'm
woman,
not a
I'm
lady.
afraid. No,
No.
you're not. So therefore, it's hidden from you from there. So we don't want any men in these pens. But there's 5 pens. They're ZRS based. Your team or your club effectively that's inside of your profile dictates who you're racing for.
Yep.
So that's the only sign up to do. ZRS within the pens are going to dictate where you're going to, who your opposition is. And this one's all about being average.
Yep.
So again, with Fearless, we're always looking to try and do something a little bit different. I said, well, okay, how can we do something that would enable all of the riders within the event to actually contribute to their team? Because there's so many events that you could do. Well, the top 3 of my team of 8, their points count, and therefore your other 5, you guys are wastage. You've tried your hardest, but actually it's the 3 at the top that's counted, or it's only the A's, or it's only the B's, or something that way. So what we put together is, okay, look, average. We'll do AHDR, or the ladies from AHDR, for instance, in Pen A.
Yep.
We'll go, okay, that's one team. So we'll try and win the A pen with our average score. So it's a points race. So every segment's going to count. Everything's going to be fastest through segment. So it's not first through segment, it's fastest. Gather as many points as you can get. Your average team score in A will win. Same with B, C, D, and E. And then overall, we'll do an average overall across all of those pens by club. And just say, as we put out there, being average will never feel the same again. Because average will win this one. And so that's our way to say, how can everybody have something to contribute to this particular event? Whether you're in, racing in E, racing in A, you're all part of one big team. But it is literally sign up and turn up. The admins at this time of the year across clubs are typically going, we've got a lot of things going on. We need simplicity to be able to pull more people in, and it doesn't get much simpler than that. Yes, as part of the sign-up process, we ask people to say, just verify your weight. That's all we ask you to do. Just ensure that just asking you a question, it's going to tell the system's going to tell you what.
Racing fairly.
But we're not going to ask you for a video. We're not going to ask you for all sorts at this moment in time. If we feel as though, or if admin feels as though they want to verify someone, we can always do that after the race. But this is very much community-led team racing, and as usual, Fearless want to make it a bit tough. They've split the course between 2 distances. So the A and the Bs are doing a little bit longer, and the D and E's. What was that one on my screen? I'm sure it was off the top of my head. It is the D and E's. So it's A to C doing 44, and D and E's doing 36. All on Knights of the Roundabout. I really wish they'd have called that Knights of the Round Table, but But maybe that was copyrighted. Who knows?
Could be.
Could be. And there's a little countdown there saying, "Look, we will tee off," and you can sign
Yeah.
up until 10 seconds
I was going to
before
say
the actual
minutes
race.
before the race. Yeah. So you
Well,
got
seconds before it. 6 seconds. As long as it shows, you can get in. But there isn't a late join.
Yep. So
Certainly not.
we're going to be streaming
Yes.
this live on the Flamme Rouge Racing YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that, just hit the subscribe button down in the bottom just below us. You can click on that and you'll get notified of the links and the information coming through, and you can check it out as well. So if you do know someone that's a lady who is a racer, who's enjoying racing or wants to get into racing, send them a link to this. They're going to love it. They'll appreciate it.
They are, and we've got the fearless guys are going to man the mic. Or actually, probably politically, I should really say they're going to woman the mic. So they're going to take us through the entire racing out there and take it their way. I think that's going to be, it will be a really great event. The more ladies will turn up into that sort of space, the better it will be. Simple as.
For sure.
So looking forward to see how that turns out. I know they are. So
excellent. That is going to be fantastic. Okay, so we spoke about Tour of Watopia.
Oh, did we?
That's coming around. Well, we just very briefly at the start of the show.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. Have I got to tell people now? Is that what you're telling me?
If you've got some information there, I think everyone would love to know what's going on with the tour.
Oh, would they now? Well, traditionally we always do the third tour as soon as possible into January. It's normally a bit of a quiet period. There can be a few other options around, which is fine. People need options. We all need. Some people want to do other things. That's great. But yeah, we'll get New Year's out the way, and then we'll get into that first one. Get into that real turkey burner. You don't want to do that one. That was the wrong one.
That's the one.
Or that one. Well, that's hidden. You can't see that. What you need is the Tour Watopia postery thing.
Oh, hang on, what's it going to do? I think I do have that.
Yeah, do. So here we go. Tour Watopia. Here we come when Nathan throws it on the screen.
Oh, I'm panicking now. There we go. Got it.
He's got it now. He's got it. Here we go. So one of the things that we're going to see with Tour Watopia when it does come up is that it's not going to start in Watopia. As a good tour is always going to start somewhere else. So how we've actually done this one is we're going to start using some new routes in New York. We'll have all gathered clearly virtually in New York to see the ball drop in Times Square.
Yes.
So I think it's probably apt that we should, in this occasion, start over in New York. And I couldn't think of any better. I really tried hard to think of something better to start stage one on than forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah, and in a tour where traditionally over the first weekend we get the largest amount of people.
Yep.
I think hitting that particular one because of it's a route batch that not many people will have done. Two, it's obviously pretty long. Three, we're all still off probably. And if there's a lot of people around signing up that first sort of weekend, then we'll have a fair amount of group size to push people along.
Yep.
From my perspective, forget about is going to open us up. It's going to be a nice little 79 kilometers, jaunt around New York.
Yeah, just a little cruise.
Little cruise. It's got a couple of little hiccups in it, but my hope there in the day is that one, it's a course that not many people have done. I certainly haven't done it. We've all done elements of it over this last probably month and a half. Either it's traditional, traditional roads or the little sections, whether it's Spin City or the Brooklyn bridges and all those things. But so we're going to take in all of that.
Yep.
We're then going to move into double parked,
Mm-hmm.
and again, this tour is very much a rolly. Again, very similar to the way France was. It hasn't got in it is an Alp.
Yes.
I know we're in Watopia and those sort of things, and people go, "Oh, he's now going to go for the Alp." No, I haven't put the Alp in it. I think we're going to hit New York. We're going to do some different routes around there. We're going to put up some route badges that maybe some people have or have not got, and we're going to just try a few different places
Mm.
cycle around virtually. This one is what 3,600 meters of climbing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The well, but it's 1,300 meters less than it was in Britannia. So I think when you look on the average of those number of meters on there, and this will all go live, by the way. I probably think about 9 o'clock tonight on our website UK time. So while you're seeing the poster here, you can't see it on the schedule because I've hidden it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll unhide it when I get back off off the podcast. So you'll
Yep.
be able to see all of these sort of things and the poster actually in the tour schedule space. But ultimately, this is not a huge amount of climbing. When you take the first, you take the first and the last stage out of the equation,
Yep.
everything else is pretty normalish. You haven't got Alps, you haven't got too many up and down epics and those sort of things. The hardest thing at the end of the day will be shorelines and summits at the very end when it
Mm.
does have the epic in it and the radio tower. So,
Yeah, it's a tough
um,
one.
but everything else has either got a little bit of a volcano in it, or it's got the smaller climbs, more punchier climbs.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's I can certainly look through there. There are 7 routes there that I know that 5 of them I haven't done.
Yep. So
So yeah.
what do you think of the New York routes anyway?
I
Just in
love the
general.
visuals. I love the
Yep.
visuals that they're giving. I certainly love going over Brooklyn Bridge. That might just be a visual thing. I think, yeah, that's good.
Yep.
I still haven't quite mastered the really steep little escalators.
Yeah, they're a
Um,
trick, aren't they?
they are a trick, and I think as I know, there's still a little bit of a bug with them. I think if you're quite light, it flies you up like some sort of catapult,
Mm.
and so I've certainly watched Haley go up those things, and
Yeah, I think the difference is
and
there
she just gets thrown off.
if you're a
Yeah.
25 if there's a 25 kilo difference between the rider, the light rider, and the rest of the group, that's the bug. So we've had
Oh,
one of our ladies in our team had the same thing. So every time she hit the escalator, would just shoot straight at the front. And so I'm sure they'll
so
fix it.
it's a group thing?
Yes. Well, we did it in a TTT, so that's where we noticed it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and that's
yeah,
what I said, yeah, she
yeah,
just flies off there and ends up, like, what, 5 seconds in front of everyone,
yeah, yeah, yep.
and goes, "Well, okay, but I can't help it."
No, that's it. Yeah. So she would come in from the back, and then we would try and pace her going at the top there, but no, we couldn't keep up. So,
Yeah.
but no, I agree. I think the visuals look really really great in New York. I think I really do think that Zwift have now set the benchmark for new routes in terms of moving forward. I think previous routes that they've brought out have been okay. I think New York has probably really set that standard now in terms of how well it works and what it looks like and how interesting some of the routes are. So I think it's a great and it's a great choice to have those first 3 races taking advantage
Yeah,
of that.
it would, I think obviously I could sit there and go, "Well, it's not Watopia," but our whole world is really a Watopia
Mm.
in drifting space anyway. So I think there was definitely a requirement to go, can we try some of the new routes?
Yeah.
So I was more than happy to go, yeah, I think I can make those work in this sort of space.
Mm.
Set us out around there, and then on the rest day, fly across the Atlantic
Yep.
and end up in Watopia land.
Yep.
So we could do Watch the World, Looping Lava, loop de loop. There's a lot of loops going on around here. Actually,
Yeah.
there's even a loop in the next one, actually, Coastal
The
Crown Loop.
Coastal Crown Loop.
So we'll be going loopy doing this one, but yeah. So and we've also increased a few times on those in there. So there was certainly a request from your neck of the woods at the end of the day of could we get one sort of more around the 8 o'clock in the
Yes.
morning
Yep.
UK time. So
Yep.
we've certainly put that in
Perfect.
for not every single stage, but at the end of the day, it might just help on the on what you're faced
Yeah.
with.
Yep.
And I think on the Saturday morning on stage one, because of the length of the stage from the European stage, which I'd say is the 10:30 sort of early morning, mid morning sort of stage, we brought that back to 9:30.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for that stage, just because it's 79 kilometers long, and it just gets it going. So just little tweaks there, just to say, look, just be aware of those sort of things. Otherwise, all the other information will be the same,
Perfect.
or be similar anyway. And I'm sure people will be messaging at some point, whether it's today, tomorrow, going, "Oh, could we just do this? Could we just do that?"
Yep.
Well, you've got quite a fair amount of option there as it is. So,
Oh man, it's a fantastic set of courses that you've picked there. So, yep. No, I think it's going to work really well.
yes, cool. So that will go up by 9 o'clock
Yep.
tonight. That will be on the website to be able to go and look at.
So just after this podcast. So the link to the Flamme Rouge Racing.com website is in the description. So yeah, go and check it out. That'd be good. All
Loving
right.
it. Oh,
Now,
one last thing.
yeah, go for it.
Registration opens. Well, it's actually registration I've opened actually, so you can start to register for that one now. Again, normal thing. Log in, go to event register. The first thing you'll see is which registration do I want to go for, and there we go. If you're in there already,
Do it right now if I can.
oh,
Just
yeah,
clicked it.
okay. Live, you're testing me. There you go. Event register. That's the one. And
there we go.
Oh, you should just about see Britannia in there now.
There it is. To Watopia Series 5.
There it is. Just squeeze down to the bottom, tick the box to say you're not a robot, and you're in.
Done.
You'll be on the list. So yeah, so that's fine. So there we go. Cool. Watopia is
How
happening.
easy is that? There we go. Done.
2 seconds. Cool.
Excellent.
Where are we going to next?
All right. Yeah. Now we were going to talk about Triquetra, but I don't know if you want to speak about that right now or.
Well, I can speak. I mean, we've talked about Triquetra a number of times, and
yep.
What we'll be doing from tomorrow. But could I be persuaded to change the homepage tonight? That's the question.
Could you be persuaded?
I mean, technically, it's the 1st of December where you are, isn't it?
Yes, it is. 6:41 a.m. here.
So technically, as we said before, I was going to am going to release every day now, 1st of December up until the 24th, some information about Triquetra. Now, obviously, we've got 21 stages. That's going to start something like the 25th of April. It's going to run till middle of May. As that's where the tour will run. But we're going to release a stage every day. So maybe at 9 o'clock. Maybe I'll do it at 9 o'clock. How about, Nate? Should I do that at 9 o'clock?
I think you should do that at 9 o'clock. Unless you can do it now, and we'll do it live. But
well, okay, all right. Well, if I did that, have we got anybody online going? Yeah, go and show me what it would look like.
Well, we definitely have a few people watching. I think I'm going to need. If you are watching, go and give us a hands up in the chat, just so Rich knows that he's got.
Give us some encouragement to say, release it to me.
Some enthusiasm.
We would like to know what happens on the first day of Christmas. My FRR love gave to me. So let me see if I can do it as we speak. But the idea, 6 o'clock UK time each day, then it will change. And we'll stick up Let's have a look.
So
You got
just
our homepage. Go on.
Yep, I do have your homepage up. There we are.
Okay.
Unless there's a refresh required.
Well, it's not, I haven't put it
Okay.
there yet.
Yep.
Oh no, I've got to remember how to do this now.
And we're putting you under the pump.
Well, yeah, I might have to hold on. It's doing it, but okay, well that's definitely there. All right, and it's definitely there. All right, so that must mean all I've got to do is go down here. Anyway, go on. You
I was going to say, so while you're looking at that, for those that are listening, what we've got on our screen here at the moment is a Flamme Rouge Racing website that Rich is currently working on to see if he can change that front page from the Octaine Flamme Rouge Racing logo that we've got there to the Triquetra Phase of Christmas.
Wow. Yeah, don't get your hopes up too much at the moment. But maybe what you can do while I just remember what I was doing, and it should be manage locations. Is just look at round 3 of 6.
Well, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, so what we've got is the next 5 races, round 3 of the Super 6 Racing Series, just on screen there now. So looking at the list there, I'm just going to zoom myself in. We've got Libby Hill. That's fantastic.
Libby Hill.
Yep.
Well, it is, but I think you just have to consider that particular one is a lot of flat racing first, and then it finishes there. Although it might actually finish a little bit further along than you think, but not that much. This thing is not wanting to do it.
And then we've got on the 23rd there, we've got Watopia Triple Twist. Now, I've not done this route.
Well, again, it's another space where we've tried to use different, different courses.
Yep.
With something a little, people, again, it's nice and flat, it's nice and fast, but there are things on it that says actually there are things to go and experience differently. So, I don't think I've done Triple Twist actually either. I did No Sleep Till that's a different thing altogether. No Sleep Till Brooklyn. But that was okay. And again, new route. Let's get some new routes into there.
Yeah. So Triple Twist there, and then New York, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, France, Three Musketeers. That's a great course, isn't it?
It is, and
I like that one.
I like those cobbled. I like those cobbled climbs that they've put in. They're not quite straightforward on the sprinting as just the normal flatty roady ones.
Yep.
I think that's I do like sprinting on those. I like them visually. They're a good visual look as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Scotland, the Muckle Yin. I've got to say though, the Muckle Yin isn't my favourite course. This is a tough one. Like if you're in Scotland, if you're not going up, you're going down, and it's just it's a hard one, especially as a points race too. So that's definitely going to be a big test.
But there's lots of opportunity. And the thing is, again, when you're looking around these courses to actually do stuff, you need places to go. We need climbs, we need sprints to be able to do.
Yep.
So I'm going to disappoint. I can't get this Triquetra thing to pop up for the minute. So rather than do that, I will not do it for the minute, because if I mess the site up now, I'll just need. But it will happen at 9:00. So there we go. Don't do it. Well, I won't. Don't work with animals or children or people trying to do a live change.
All websites on.
There we go. I'll add that to the list now. But at 9:00 it'll be.
That's a great series of courses you've got there for round 3. Have you got any tips or what we can look forward to for the playoffs, or is that still in design?
Well, the playoffs again will be there's a lot of people doing smaller time races and going, well, look, if nothing else, you'll learn. Take out of 6 currently, I'm learning how to race this series to win it. So because at some point in time, I am going to get some opposition if I'm going to turn up for those for particular playoffs.
Yep.
So my tips are use the races that we've got now to say, great, okay, I might get my invite to the playoffs purely because there's not a huge amount of opposition in my space. But at some point, there will be an opposition there, and
It's
I've got to show
change.
up to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got to ensure that my riders, who I can pick by the time I get to the playoffs, have done at least 4 races. Now that's 4 races across the 3 rounds.
Yep.
So, so ensure that and they've obviously still got to qualify for that level.
Yep.
So, again, just a little bit of racecraft. Again, I'll use the word racecraft. Other people might use a different word for it, but because you still want to get there, so use it for the experience of because they're not go for it absolutely everything. I don't need to go for absolutely. There's definitely a craft to winning these races.
Yep.
And some clubs are doing it week in, week out. Maybe they've just got strong riders, and you can have strong riders now. You've got to have strong riders come early March.
Yeah.
And that'll be the key thing. So my advice, when I'm looking at these playoffs is we'll have done 15 courses.
Yep.
And for the playoffs and for the final, I've got to try and think or even take advice on. God, take advice. I know what were the best 2 to actually run a points race on.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the playoffs and the finals will be points races. They will have the HUD turned on.
Yep.
So people will see everything. And it will be down to every point will count. It will be back to this is all about a different role. It's all about those roles counting for stuff. Again, we'll have demonstrated that we can do things on first over the lines for certain segments. So we'll add that certain thing to it. Maybe it'll be we can put wildcards again. Wildcards will be part of those 2 spaces as well. They'll become important. And it won't all be about who can climb. It's got to be a bit of a both. So I think they'll be a bit more punchier than something like Bologna, for instance. I wouldn't expect that to be there at all. So really, you can look around and go, I wouldn't. Really, you can look around and go, okay, which courses really fit that sort of demographic, right? It's going to narrow it down, but we could go anywhere for it. And I might not go anywhere near it for the 15. So yeah, and it will be around an hour.
Okay, so a bit of effort.
That's the intention. It has to be a bit of effort.
Yeah.
Okay, the A's might do it a bit quicker, as they tend to, but ultimately, that's where we're aiming to be.
Okay.
We've got to try and keep it. And obviously, when we get to the playoffs, it is one time for the globe. It can only be around this sort of time that we're speaking now on a Saturday night, because we're all at a weekend, and that's all that's the only time that we can get 4 corners of the earth together potentially at one time
at the same time,
and without asking someone to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning.
No, that works.
And we want,
that's going to be good.
Just before you go into your summertime, and then it would be stupid o'clock in the morning.
That's right, before the clocks go back. But
exactly.
No, that's going to be really good. That's going to be fantastic. And so I know that we're looking forward to it, and I'm sure lots of other races are. And if you haven't said, jump onto the Discord channel. The link is in the description. There's a whole section on S6ix Racing. Any questions you've got, if you do want to get a team in for the 3rd round coming up, you can. There's no, you're not going to be, hampered by having another team in there.
Not going to be hampered at all. You're certainly not going to be disadvantaged enormously by going, well, I haven't done rounds 1 and 2. Does it matter?
Yeah.
You'll be a couple of points behind the guys that have been, well, you'll be 3 points behind to be exact. If you haven't done round 1 and 2, you'll be 3 points, league points behind teams that will have participated. But that's their reward for helping build the series that we've put out there.
For being there early.
Yeah. And
but you've still got the bragging rights for round 3, though. So that round 3 is its own little
its own league,
mini
its own
series.
League.
Yep.
But remember, you'll also start. So your AHDR team round 3 will start on 3 points.
Yep.
It will have those 3 points already in the bag. If I bring my new team along, I want to take on the Aussie Down Unders down there. I'll be 3 points behind you.
Yep.
But I've got to try and make my way into that top 5 too. And of course, there's plenty of leeway to do that. And you don't have to win to get there. You just have to get in the top 5.
That's it.
And go from there. Now, some places that might be easier than others.
Yeah.
But you'll still eventually get to a playoffs where there will be 20 teams in it, and you will have to go right now. We've got to perform.
Yeah.
So because this is how the racing we wanted to be all year, but we've got to build it from somewhere. And we can go from there.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting. It's really good.
Well, and I think that will be really exciting when we get to that amount of people turning up in those sort of final playoffs there, and I've got 15 or 20 teams in some of those bigger spaces going, there we go, I've got this number of riders in here, and going through to the finals, we'll be taken through the top 10. So, that's the key thing. Or it might actually only be the top 5. I don't know what's on there. So we want to keep it so tight racing that we can cover and get those podcasts. So and get that coverage really whipped up.
Yep.
So that's where we want to be.
That's going to be fantastic. As I said, everyone that's participated in it so far has really enjoyed it, and the concept where you've got to specify your sprinters, your climbers, your GCs separately and specifically within the race sheet, within your race list. And they're the ones that get the points. So the sprinters get the points on the sprint segments, the climbers get the points on the climbing segments, and the GCs are overall. Really does make it decisive racing. It's not just everyone goes for everything. It really is strategic racing.
Yeah, and obviously, everybody still has to finish. That's the point. You can't just go, I've done my sprint and stroll in. Yeah. As we're seeing with results week in, week out across some of those leagues, it can come down to a handful of points.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the same thing. Is that and it's going to be fairly transparent when you go, we lost by 3 points, and riders will know whether they went, I could have done a bit more there.
They went all in, or they didn't. Yeah,
I could have finished a place in front of the person in front of me. That would have given us 5 more points. And we would be there.
Yeah.
And that's the point, is that every place can matter. And it gets everyone as part of it. Now, when it gets down to round 3, it's going to be quite key to keep getting 5 riders out. But in some respects, if you had an off week, you could still pick up points. It still bottoms out for the or levels off for the leagues and for the team. So we haven't tested that theory yet, whether you could, have a bit of an off week and still get through, because we're blazing a new trail.
Yeah, this is all.
So we'll find out. And
this is all new stuff.
We'll test that theory later on. So
awesome! No, it's going to be fantastic, mate. So I'm looking forward to the Triquetra update after this. We'll go and check that out. As I said, we've got the Team Fearless racing event coming up in a week's time on the 6th of December. So make sure you subscribe to the Flamme Rouge Racing YouTube channel. You'll get a link to that live stream coming up shortly. So you'll be able to bookmark that and then come back and watch that if you're not participating. And of course, we've got the tour of Watopia that you've just mentioned.
Yeah, to October. It's
That'll be
once we've got
website?
through a Christmas turkey. Yeah, exactly. That'll be coming up at 9 o'clock as well. A lot of people's stuff is coming up at 9 o'clock. Which is fine. I just have to turn it on.
You're gonna be busy
I
after
think
this.
it's well. To be fair, it does take 2 seconds. If I could just get the schedule just takes a little bit of
That's okay. Yep.
database changing because it is sat there waiting to go.
Yep.
But on the homepage really just takes 2 seconds as well. But it was not wanting to refresh for me on screen, so I thought, well, let's not keep people waiting.
No.
So they've got lots of other things to do, either on a Sunday morning, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, or even a Monday morning.
Monday morning. Yep.
So yeah. But
something to come back and look towards. And as we mentioned, have a look at the subscription there on the Flamme Rouge Racing website. It really does support racing in a way that helps a lot of the community racers and event organisers to develop their racing series and support everyone that participates. So if you're interested, have a look at the website, go into Discord or email Rich. He'll give you the lowdown on how you can join, how you can be a part of this and get your teams, your members, your racers to sign up and to be, supportive of this whole the platform that you're developing.
Exactly, and I will say there's some great people out there who support us, who just turn out week in, week out, and we just so grateful for the amount of people that have supported us over the years, getting us going. So
yeah,
at the end of everything that we do at the end of the day is for the community.
Yeah.
We don't try and always sort of just go towards one particular style of a rider or just elite or something that way. It is for everybody, and so yeah, I think
it's about supporting. It's about supporting, what you're doing and what all the other race organisers and community racers all do. So it's about supporting that and it's getting everyone to really help develop this in a way that we all enjoy racing. So it's almost a no-brainer.
And last thing, actually, just on the Triquetra thing, which will go on at 9 o'clock. Typically the biggest piece of chocolate in your advent calendar you don't really get to that, do you, until the 24th. So you're going to get some things. Obviously you'll get the stages every day.
Yep.
There are, again, if you had a look around how the Tour de France is being set up for 2026, you'll get an indicator what's
happening. So there's a bit of a there's a bit of a hint there, is it?
There's a little bit of a hint there. But the biggest piece of chocolate will come, obviously, on Christmas Eve.
On Christmas Eve. Awesome. Yes. That is going to be fantastic.
All I can say. Tease.
All right, Rich. I think we've ticked off all the things. And as I said, jump along to the Discord channel if you haven't already. All the information that you're looking for will be on there. If you've got any questions or you simply just want to know more about this racing series or the other racing series or tours that Rich puts on and does an amazing job, by the way, that information's there. You can ask the questions. Rich himself is frequently in the chat. In actual fact, I wonder if you ever get any sleep, Rich, because all I see is you answering questions and providing extra information and letting people know about updates and changes. So you really do a fantastic job there. So jump along the Discord channel. The link's in the description below. Thanks very much if you're watching this. We really do appreciate it. Click the like button, subscribe, share this with anyone else that might be interested or might want to know more about this stuff, especially the fearless racing that's going to be coming up. So if you know a lady racer that's interested in participating, get them in front of this podcast. They'll learn more about it. They can be able to sign up, and that'd be great to watch.
Exactly. And again, simple. Sign up, show up,
yep,
and race. Enjoy. Yep.
You don't have to be a great racer. Just got to be there at the start.
No, exactly.
All right, Rich. Well, thank you very much, and we'll leave you to it. Yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you in episode 5.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot. Bye.